Hi guys, welcome to this video. My name is Caleb. In this video I'm going to be talking about something that it's been on my mind for a while, and as you can see I'm on this thread which is titled Clarification on AHKs. Now a lot of you guys might not know what AHKs are. This is a program called AutoHotKeys, which I actually mentioned in my first video on blackjacking men who fight thugs. And what this program does is it allows you to write scripts that modify what keys on your keyboard do. So you can map any key on your keyboard to a specific mouse action, basically, or a series of mouse actions. So with AutoHotKeys you can create bot scripts, and you can, for instance, you can make a script where you hit the one key and it drops everything in your inventory. And obviously that's against the rules, but basically what this thread is saying is that even using AutoHotKeys as a substitute for mouse keys, basically just using different keys on the keyboard to perform the same actions as mouse keys, is illegal, and using mouse keys isn't illegal. Even features of mouse keys like the plus key, which double clicks, which isn't even technically the one-to-one action, like input to output ratio that was the previous rule. So really I want to know what you guys think, whoever's watching, and because this is really frustrating to me. I mean, I've been using AutoHotKeys for a long time now, and I really don't see any harm in it. It's basically exactly the same thing as mouse keys, just a little bit more convenient, because you can set it up to be different keys. Like, rather than just using 2 and 5 on your number pad, you can make it so that it's like some letters or numbers up on the top, and it's easier to use your left hand using it on the left side of the screen. I mean, on the left side of your keyboard. And really, I don't understand the meaning of this. Like, it seems like some of the JMods don't really understand exactly what people are trying to do with mouse keys and really what it's talking about. Let's see if I can find it. They were saying somewhere that, like, what people do is they use mouse keys to move the mouse, like holding down, like you can hold down the 2 or 8 or 4 or 5 buttons, and it will move the mouse if you have mouse keys set up, and it goes really slow. It's like moving the mouse like this. So obviously nobody does that. I mean, the reason people do it is because you can make the mouse jump a certain number of pixels, and people use that for dropping and for banking and stuff like that. And that's literally exactly the same thing as what a lot of people are doing with AutoHotKeys, and this is why this is creating a big problem. I mean, Jebrum made a like half-hour long video that he posted last night, which is one of the few times that I actually agree with Jebrum on something. But I'm gonna scroll over to page, I think it's 4, where Mod Balance makes this really weird statement about so he says any features built into Windows Mousekeys is permitted, including the plus to double click, which isn't even one input to one output. I mean, for like superheating before EOC, you could just keep clicking the plus key and it would double click and superheat a bar with one click, which is kind of unfair. And if you can make Windows mouse keys do something by changing variables within the parameters intended by those who developed it, so for example changing the mouse movement rate within the allowed parameters is permitted. So if you max the settings on Windows mouse keys, then the mouse might appear to jump, but it does not jump to a predefined position nor by a fixed amount of pixels. The cursor will actually move between point A and B very quickly, as opposed to jumping 30 pixels or to set a coordinate immediately. And I'm pretty sure that this statement is actually not correct, because if you go into actual Windows mouse keys, there's a little scroll bar and you can scroll up and down depending on how much you want the mouse to move. And if you're holding down Control then and hitting the movement buttons, then the mouse will jump, and it looks exactly the same as using an AutoHotkey script. I'm doing my renown. So they're saying that with mouse keys it's not actually jumping a fixed amount of pixels, and I'm pretty sure that this is incorrect, because, and even if it's not, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant, because mouse keys effectively jumps a certain number of pixels and you can use it exactly the same as you can use AutoHotKeys It's just less customizable and not as well designed as AutoHotKeys, because it was sort of a throw together feature by Microsoft that they assume hardly anyone uses, and it's the fact that people use it in Runescape is a very niche thing, and Microsoft has never really bothered to um, make it into a very customizable and accessible program. So later on, I think it's page 7, somebody responds to that and basically refutes it right here. So this guy says, one of the features of the inbuilt Windows mouse key program is to make it jump by a set amount of pixels when you hold down the control key. You are entirely wrong about this, and that is why there are so many posts about it and people are calling you out on it. If you hold down control while you have the box ticked for this option, it does move the mouse by a set amount of pixels for one key press, and every time you press that key it will jump the same number of pixels. You are missing this in very important detail. Please try it or look it up before you tell me I'm wrong. This is exactly the same way people have been using it in AHK, figuring that if Windows mouse keys is legitimate, as you keep saying, then it should be legitimate in AHK. And this is basically my opinion on this. Like, these JMods keep saying these sort of arbitrary things and trying to clear things up, but it really just raises a whole bunch more questions. And I mean, back, I think it was a few years ago, they said that the rule on using keyboard to control the mouse is as long as it's still one input, one output, then it's fine. And now they're saying that it's not fine unless it's mouse keys, which is a totally different statement, and it's really kind of ignorant to say that, because they're basically just assuming that anyone using AutoHotKeys is botting, and that's not true at all. So this is something that's been on my mind for a while. It's kind of just pissing me off right now, because it's like there's no reason. It's sort of just seems like ignorant JMods, which is a generalization, but I know that a lot of people have a lot of qualms with the way Jagex handles some of their problems, and this is definitely one that I'm having some trouble with. So as far as AHKs, I don't know if Jagex is going to go any further than this talking about it, and I'm kind of curious to see whether like Jebram and people like that are going to keep using AHKs or not. I mean, I don't see why not, but I'm not going to make a definite statement on a video in case Jagex happens to tune in sometime. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys found it interesting, and make sure to throw up a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see more. See you guys later.